Okay, here we go with an update. First of all, let me give you some clarification as to what really went down, as I said in my previous video. And I took notes this time. Apparently, this afternoon, Brian Steele filed a motion for a mistrial. And what was said in those meetings basically is what he wants to know. What was said in those meetings that were a big no-no. I guess they call it ex parte communications. One side of a case omitting the other side. That's not cool. Not cool at all. The defense was not made aware of these meetings. Apparently, it consisted of not only the judge, but the prosecuting side and a witness for the prosecution. So, ew, that looks really, really bad. So, with that said, Brian Steele confronted basically with this motion to dismiss, or should I say motion for a mistrial under those circumstances. And Mr. Cocky Judge, Judge Glanville is his name, he's not so much concerned that he's got a negative light shining on him, so to speak. He wants to know who told you. That's what he's concerned about. And I can see his point in that, if maybe Young Thug might have been in the room, the holding room with the other witness that was talking to them, he could have told Young Thug, and Young Thug told his attorney. Nevertheless, it shouldn't have happened. Bottom line, it shouldn't happen. So, let's see. The judge called Steele unprofessional and unprepared in front of the jury. Big no-no. Ain't supposed to do that. What this does is it damages the attorney's reputation and creates bias to the jury. That's not good. Not good on the part of the judge. And it can cause a major shift in the way the trial goes. So much for our criminal justice system when we have a biased judge. All right. Let's see. The judge was basically pointed out as not knowing what he was talking about because the subject of the criminal contempt versus the civil contempt was confused. He was confused with the rules pertaining to each one. And when I say that, I mean, okay, so if you're giving him a criminal contempt charge and putting him in jail, then because of that criminality linked to being remanded to jail, he's entitled to a bond hearing because it's criminal. Now, had it been a civil contempt of court, then he's not entitled to bond because he's not being thrown in jail. It's not considered criminal. But he doesn't want to let him have a bond. He's denying this attorney the right to even have a bond. The judge figures that all he needs to do is dabble this carrot in front of him and say, all you got to do is tell me who, and all this goes away. You can tell me right now. You can tell me in 30 minutes. You can tell me later tonight. It doesn't matter to me. Whenever you tell me who the person or people are that leaked this to you, then you can go on about your business. But what that does is it puts this attorney in a bind in terms of misrepresenting his client, in a sense. He's revealing something that should be protecting his client, and that's against his oath. His job is to protect Young Thug, not protect your biased ass up on that up there where you're sitting, Lord knows with what up under your robe, okay? So that's what it really boils down. I wrote a lot of notes, and I know they're all jumbled and everything, But, yeah, the judge threatened to throw this dude in jail up to 2 years. And I guess between Ashley Merchant and her co-counsel, who is named, oh God, what's his name? Mr. Susor, S-U-S-O-R. They kind of had him discombobulated. He was going to go back there for 5 minutes and kind of figure out what he was going to do, because they pretty much called him on the carpet about this. No, you've got this whole thing wrong about contempt of court, criminal contempt versus civil contempt. And, you know, you can't pick and choose what loopholes you're going to use for what contempt charge. So, boom, they made him look bad right there. He had to go in the back and kind of think about it. Instead of 5 minutes, he took about 25 minutes. He finally comes out, and what does he tell him? He says to the attorney, Steele, he says, I need you to come to the forefront here. Stand before me here. I'm holding you in criminal contempt for no more than 20 days. Now, he wasn't going to do it for 2 years. But he's going to hold that man, he's going to make that man serve 20 days in criminal contempt of court, because he got his draws yanked down. It's not the attorney's fault that you was foul. He's trying to say, oh, well, he disobeyed an order. I told him to tell me who it was, and he disobeyed me. But this attorney is doing his job, what he actually took an oath to do. And you're basically putting this man in a position of where if he doesn't meet your criteria, he goes to jail. But if he meets his oath criteria, he messes up his entire reputation. He's therefore not representing his client effectively. This judge is basically saying, okay, you're not going to be able to represent your client, so you're going to go to jail. And so finally he had to turn that shit around. So what he said was, he'll be in this, he's remanded to the same jail as Young Thug. Imagine that. They're going, client and attorney in the same jail. Ain't that something? But the kicker is that the attorney will only serve on weekends. So he's got Monday through Friday to work on Young Thug's case, because Young Thug has paid billions of dollars to this man. How dare you snatch his lead attorney from him because you messed up? You're going to make it possible for this, or impossible for this man's trial to continue. And you're doing it in such a way that it's immediate, it's sudden, and the backup attorneys are not able to pick up where this lead attorney has taken it to this point. So I know I'm not a big legal mind. I might not be explaining this the way some of y'all would like to hear it. But the bottom line is there's something going on in Georgia. Between Fannie Willis and now this judge here, y'all doing some ratchet activities down there. Point blank, period. But, yeah, he gets to serve his time on the weekends. So that gets the judge off the hook in terms of being able to serve his client. But he's really put this attorney in a bad situation. Really bad, because, again, he's doing his job. He's doing his job. And I hope Steele comes out on top. I hope Young Thug comes out on top. This trial been going on for what? Almost 2 years? Fannie need to get her RICO tail somewhere and sit down. And quit being so RICO happy. Man, oh man. Anyway, I don't think I have any more for you. If you find out, I'm sure you'll go to someone more reputable than me. But I just had to say what I had to say and put it out there. And in case you see my video and you like it, like, share, and subscribe. I do all kinds of stuff on YouTube, except nasty stuff. Take care.